Okay, so I'm doing another video. I'm recording this video. I keep forgetting what today is. August 4th, 2024. I just want to make it a habit of like saying when I record videos in my video, for like archive purposes type of vibe. Documentation, But so this topic for this video, I want to talk about frenemies, okay? Frenemies. Jealousy, envy, hating hoes, fake bitches, hating ass niggas. People trying to sabotage, smear campaigns. Overall, just people who are deeply insecure and threatened when apparently someone likes me comes on the scene. I've learned a lot from these dusty bitches. Bitches is gender neutral, gender fluid, both of them. So yeah, a little brief video, because really I could do a whole motherfucking series on it, but I don't want to give it too much energy, too much of my time. But I do want to just hit on it because I feel like I've gained a lot of wisdom and a lot of confidence dealing with hateful, jealous, envious ass people. Yeah. So I don't even know exactly where I want to start at. Well, so yeah, I've experienced jealousy and envy for a very long time, but I'm just now coming into realization of like my experiences as of lately. I've experienced jealousy from many different, perspectives, from many different levels. I've realized as of lately, a lot of the jealousy comes from physical, like how I appear physically. But there's also other attributes that makes people feel really threatened in my presence. I see now that me just being threatens a lot of people. Me just existing. But women, girls, females, I feel like jealousy from either gender, if you are a woman, is very unique. Women who are jealous can be just very like sneaky and manipulative. I've witnessed that a lot of women some women will like just have like imaginary beef and start shit with you and just try to find a reason to not like you just so they can like justify their projected hate. Like, it's no actual reason. You ain't do shit to them. There's no reason for them to dislike you. They just dislike you just because. I've experienced that side, and I've also experienced, probably more than anything, women pretending to like me, or girls, just depending on what area of my life. Women or girls pretending to like me, pretending to want to be my friend, pretending to care about me, just wanting to be close to me, and actually like hating me, despising me. A lot of bitches wanting to be like me, wanting to be me. That a lot of that shit goes on even now, still to this day, which I feel like yeah, the more authentic and true I am, the more bitches gon' want to try to identify themselves with me, because they don't have an identity, because they don't know who they are. So I think that's just what's gonna happen. But at the same time, I'm taking the necessary steps to energetically protect myself because I don't want nobody thinking that they're gonna try to energetically bite off me, use me to build their esteem or their character development, try to mimic, copy, mirror, try to energy siphon, try to destiny swap. I don't want no bitch or nigga thinking that they can gonna come around me and do this shit and gonna get off. So it's like, no, I can't stop people from, you know what I'm saying, trying, from attempting. However, don't think shit sweet over here. And don't ever think I can't see you. Shit, and that's for people right now. Like, I'm pretty sure there's people right now who be in my face who think I can't really see them and see their true intentions and see who they really are and why they want to be in my face. So yeah. But yeah, I experienced, I would say, I mean, I think, shit, I've experienced jealousy and envy from so many fucking, just so many sides. I really can't even like pinpoint where I want to start it, because it's like I could start at family, but I'm trying to focus in on like at what point of school where it's like, okay, like what the fuck, because it's like I know my first school bully was like 5th grade. Like it's like I'm just now kind of like going back and like psychoanalyzing and just analyzing in general like experiences that happened in my life that were solely due to like somebody just being jealous of me and like this not actually being my fault or my problem. Like I'm just now going back to analyze this shit and I'm just now seeing shit for exactly what it was, and me accepting that it was never nothing that I did to cause these situations. It was just people are insecure, people are broken, people are torn down, and hurt people, and yeah. But also like there's obviously something about me that it triggers a lot of people. It triggers something in them that makes them feel like they could do better, or it makes them feel less than, which ain't got shit to do with me. And I'm no longer apologizing for my very intense energy, for the energy that I show up in naturally, and for the motherfucking energy that I work hard to be in. Like, so it's like, that ain't got shit to do with me. Go to motherfucking therapy like I did. But work on that shit like I did, bitch. Like, I'm no longer having empathy either, because, like, not to, like, get too off topic, but I was, like, empathizing and shit with bitches that I could see that had, like, a jealous, envious heart and spirit. And, like, granted, jealousy is an actual natural human trait and characteristic. However, when you notice it, when you see that shit come up inside you, just because it's something that's natural for humans, that does not mean that you don't have the space and opportunity to address that and change that and work on it. Like, it's not like jealousy can't be something that, like, it's not like it can't be worked through. It's not like it can't, in my opinion, eradicate it from your spirit. And when moments of, even though you've worked through it, there could be moments where it could trigger some type of, you know, feeling of some type of inkling of jealousy. Like checking that shit within yourself and not allowing that shit to go too far. You know what I'm saying? Reminding yourself of who the fuck you are and your power, and the fact that you don't want what they have, you don't need what they got, because you got what you got. You got everything you need, that you provided for, and that you blessed for, and that you favored. But I also remembering that there's a lot of motherfuckers that ain't walking in that favor either, which ain't got shit to do with me either. But yeah, though, like, back to what I was saying, like, there was the little bully in 5th grade, which I just recently removed her ass off my Facebook, because I'm like, why the fuck do I got this bitch on my page? Like, nah, I ain't mad, but fuck is you on my shit for, bitch? Fuck is you on my shit for? So yeah, but she started to get real, like middle school and then high school, and then she just The more, obviously, the more I elevated, the more I grew, and the more I stepped into my power, the more bitches, motherfuckers gonna be mad, and the more people gonna get triggered. But luckily for me, I'm aware of my purposes and my missions and why I'm here, and a lot that my purpose and mission is surrounded around is triggering people into their fucking greatness. I'm a motherfucking high priestess for a reason. I trigger people into fucking greatness. So just because you trigger it, that don't mean that's my motherfucking problem. That don't mean it's something wrong with me just because I trigger you. And that's what I feel like a lot of motherfuckers have done, especially within the last couple of years, especially recently. People take me, my energy, and my spirit triggering them. They take that as something being wrong with me instead of taking that as a moment to introspect. So they automatically try to literally pull shit out of their ass to try to justify why they're projecting on me, basically. And it's a lot of people who somehow in their mind, they've, you know what I'm saying, they could be someone who's been on a healing journey or whatever, or they could be a fucking healer, but somehow in their mind they feel like they're above being triggered by little old me, and so therefore it got to be something that's wrong with me. And it's like, I understand that you don't understand my mission and that you don't understand my purpose, but just because I trigger some shit in you, that don't make your projections valid, okay? That don't make your projections valid, okay? Just because you feel that I'm inauthentic, that don't mean that it's true. To me, what that mean is the way you feeling about me, and you don't have no proof, no nothing to back that shit up. You just, once again, need to have some type of justification on why you don't like me, on why you feel the way you feel about me, instead of accepting that it's a highlight to some shit. It's a mirror to you. Spirit made me lose my train of thought, so that means shut the fuck up on that. So yeah, like I was saying about the whole school shit, she got real in middle school, and I started to experience more jealousy around the 6th grade, and then it just kind of amplified 7th grade, and yeah, just a lot of just wannabe bullies. And but one thing I noticed also looking back, that like motherfuckers would try people, but like nobody ever put their fucking hands on me, and it's, I feel, because they knew I would have beat their ass. The only physical altercations that I got into in school, middle school and high school, were with boys. And so it's like, I thought that was funny, just like kind of reflecting back on the situations of like all those girls claiming not to like me and just acting like they just really had beef and shit. But nobody ever ran up. Like, bitches talked a lot of shit, especially in high school, which I know motherfuckers from my high school gonna see this, so people talked a lot of shit, but like nobody ever did any fucking thing. And it's like, y'all fought other motherfucking people. And it's not to say that like I wanted to fight, because obviously I'm not trying to fucking fight. Like, the fuck, I'm not going to school to fucking fight. But it was just like motherfuckers just act like they just hated my guts so fucking bad, yet nobody ever did shit. And so to me, there was a sign of like, yeah, y'all claim y'all fucking hated me, but y'all knew better though. Respectfully. And so yeah, high school come. I mean, I attended 2 different high schools, but the one that I graduated from, like, it was that same type of like childish ass, like petty ass, jealous ass fucking energy from bitches. Bitches who watch me today, like, and it's like people. Specifically my 12th grade year, like, people worked overtime to try to make me feel bad about myself. I've always been a solo dolo, don't trust no hoe type of person. I've always had a small, limited amount of people that I actually fuck with. I've always been a person who people all are familiar with me, like the popular loner. Like, you know me, but like we don't fuck off. Like, oh yeah, we know her. Like, we see her around. Like, but like, nah, she don't talk to us. We don't fuck with her. It was that type of vibe. Like, people know who I was, but I ain't fuck off with people. Like, I had a small amount of people that I actually conversed with, that I actually gave a fuck about. Cause in all honesty, like, I was only in school because I needed to fucking be there. Like, I hated school, and it was too fucking easy for me. Like, once I realized in school that I could do, in my mind, for me, the bare minimum, and I could make A's and B's and like still be in the top 30 percentile of my class. Once I realized that, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna give y'all a good 45% so I can graduate and get the fuck out of here and get the fuck away from these people. That was all I thought about, like, my whole 12th grade. Like, I'm just trying to get out this bitch. I want to get the fuck away from y'all. But yeah, like, I ain't really talked to a lot of people. I didn't really, deal with a lot of people. And somehow they made me a target. Me just being myself made me a target. The person that I decided to date my 12th grade year made me a target. Me being fucking pretty made me a target. Me being smart, I guess, or intelligent or whatever made me a target. I'm not sure. Because I didn't really feel like I showed my intelligence that much. But it reflected in my grades. Like, I wasn't really like it was a lot of, like, I would say, like, showy ass students that, like, I don't know, we're not gonna get too deep into that, but I wasn't the showy ass intellect in school. It was just like, people only knew I was smart when, like, the fucking national, what was it, the honor society, like, when the honor society, like, different shit like that, like, when I was recognized for accomplishments, that's when people was like, oh shit, we didn't know she was smart too. Because it was like, I didn't really, like, yeah. So yeah, it was just bullshit from, like, a lot of different areas, but I feel like the main focus points was me being a physically attractive girl and the person that I was dating caused a lot of hate and a lot of jealousy and just for bitches to, like, truly show their ass and, like, show how fucking insecure they was, to be honest. Like, I'm gonna give a story time. I don't really do story times like that. I mean, unless the story time is beneficial for the topic. But it's just, I just want to share, just to give a little insight, just to show, like, how, like, grimy, like, envious, jealous ass motherfuckers are. Like, there was, like, this whole little clique of girls at the school that I graduated from who just didn't like me for no fucking reason other than me being me, and them being them. And we had took a math class together. Me, some of those girls, like a lot of those girls, a good amount of those girls from the group, plus the person that I was dating at that time, we all took class together. And it's just like, they just thrived on trying to get a reaction out of me during class, trying to make me upset, specifically when it came to, like, the nigga that I was dating. Because I would say, like, he was physically attractive, and so I guess other girls really liked him. I'm not really sure, because I wasn't really caught up in the antics and all that shit, so I don't really know who bitches was liking and shit like that. Like, I ain't really even know the nigga at first. Like, obviously I knew him because I was in a relationship with him, but it was just like, I didn't, you know how there's, like, guys who are, like, high ranked in school as far as, like, attractiveness. Like, I wasn't, like, into none of, like, that gossip of, like, who was perceived to be, like, attractive and all that stuff, because I didn't fuck with people. And so I didn't know that, I guess, he was a high commodity, or hot commodity, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I didn't know that he was very liked amongst peers. And so once we end up being in a relationship, that's when it really put the heat and fire under bitches to like give them ammo to bitches are so fucking miserable. Like just try to make me feel how they feel, like miserable, like saying shit during class about him, saying it out loud, like not directly saying shit to me, but saying shit out loud, like, oh, such and such, like, I'm gonna be in your apartments this weekend, like, you gonna come outside and see me and shit like that. Saying shit to try to make me mad. And it was just like on a regular basis. Like, hoes always wanted to try to get a reaction out of me, and I would always ignore them because, like, let's be fucking for real here. Like, not worth my fucking time or energy. Like, even then, like, as a 17-year-old girl, I'm like, I know what the fuck y'all trying to do. And it's like, I ain't even, just to be real, in my mind, I'm like, look at me, look at you. It's a reason why he's sitting over here with me. So, let's just be fucking for real about that. Not to say that the nigga wasn't a hoe, because the nigga was definitely that, but it was just like, at some point, I just fucking knew better. So it was just like, let's be fucking for real here. Like, yeah. So yeah, just to make a very, very long 12th grade year short, because this was the overtime thing, but we gonna get to the prom situation. Mind you, this nigga wasn't really shit either. And so, and he was jealous of me too, I feel like. In spirit, he was jealous of me too. And I feel like he hated me as well. But that's a topic for a different time. But the person that I was dating at the time, like I said, I feel like he was jealous of me, and I feel like he hated me as well. And so he had ended up like kind of turning against me as well. By the time, you know what I'm saying, prom had came around. I was about to say by the time we were graduating, but the nigga actually came back to me before fucking graduation, and then would not leave me alone until sophomore year of college. But we're gonna that's a different topic for a different time as well. But yeah, like the nigga had turned against me as well, because he was just, I had no business being with him, but yeah, he had turned against me. And I had basically found out at lunchtime that his ex that went to a different school, like, he had told, basically she wanted to come to prom to try to ruin my prom, basically. And she was telling him how she wanted to be his date and wanted to ruin my prom, wanted to make me upset. And apparently multiple people at my school knew about this plan, including somebody who I thought was my best friend at the time. But it was like multiple people knew about this, even the nigga that I was previously in a relationship with. Because by that time we had broken up, but it's like, this was a very toxic, like, never really leaving each other alone type of vibe. And so, yeah, like, they end up planning it. Mind you, me and this nigga had already went shopping, prom shopping. My dress was already bought. His tux and shit was already bought. His aunt ended up taking us to the mall. And we weren't even together when we went prom shopping. That shit was so weird, because we ended up fucking getting back together by the end of it. But during the whole time we was prom shopping, we didn't even talk to each other. His aunt took us prom shopping, and she ended up buying my shoes. I had already had a dress, and she had promised to get me a bag. But on graduation, like I said, he had ended up turning on me, and she never said that she wasn't gonna not give me the purse, even though we had separated and all that stuff. She had still promised to give me the purse. And the day of graduation, when she was supposed to drop the purse off, she had stopped communicating with me. But anyways, he ended up telling her the dress, the color of my dress, what colors we was wearing, but specifically the color of my dress, because the color he was wearing, I was not wearing like all the colors he was wearing. I was only wearing one color of what he was wearing. So specifically, he told her what color my dress was. And like I said, there were multiple people that knew about this, specifically that larger group of people in that class that I was telling you about, that one class that a lot of these wannabe bully ass bitches, the class that we took together. So I found out about it at lunchtime, and I ended up finding out about it by my so-called best friend at the time. And it was said so casually in a way like, oh, you ain't know? And so at the time, this nigga was trying to get on my good side. And so he had started sitting at the lunch table where me and my so-called friends was sitting at, instead of where he used to sit at with his friends. So he had been like, over the past few days, like sitting at the lunch table, I guess just trying to bond or some shit with me. And she ended up telling me before he got to the table. So by the time he got to the table, I was already boiling. And like soon as I seen him sit down, he said hey to me, I was triggered. And that was like the biggest scene I had ever caused. Well, that was the first biggest scene I had ever caused, really, in school, at that particular school. Like within the last like 2.5 years I was there, that was like the biggest thing I had ever fucking done. Like that shit was crazy, because I was so motherfucking mad, and I didn't really even process the part that everybody else played, specifically my so-called best friend and like the other people who was in my face and shit. I ain't even like really analyzed the part that they played. It was just the fact that this nigga sitting up here in my motherfucking face every day talking to me and shit, trying to call yourself get on good terms and shit to see if we can get back together and all that shit, crying and shit like a bitch. Crying and shit on the phone and shit. And then you up here then told the bitch, like you fed into her jealousy and her envy, and you gave her the information. Like you allowed the bitch to infiltrate. And man, I spazzed the fuck out. And I was I was literally like a student ambassador. So I was one of the students that was kind of they had higher expectations set on them, because I literally was one of the students that represented the school. And so I guess you would say I had like a close connection to like the staff, like the principal and shit. Like I used to call them niggas by their first name, like the principal and one of my favorite teachers. I would call their ass by their first name. Like that's how I was getting down. We had a close relationship, and like I ain't never get no trouble. Like I wasn't really doing shit. Like I didn't really give a fuck. Like I said, I went to do my job and leave. So yeah, they ain't had no problems out of me, and I was really just one of those students that was just like reserved, quiet to myself, a good student, a model student type of vibe. So that day I had spazzed the fuck out, and the vice principal seen me storm out, and I ain't even like, when she was like, I was about to say my name, but I'm trying not to say my name on her. When she was like, Mellow, and like I just totally ignored her and like just stormed off, and like this nigga was like running behind me, and like once we got to that hallway, I just unleashed on that nigga ass. Oh yeah, like that's one very, very small aspect of the jealousy and envy that I have encountered throughout my journey. But it was just like, it just really showed. And it's like even like at the prom, like the lengths people went to try to upset me, in a way I was not letting that shit upset me. Even though like I obviously, like, prom was not ideal for me. Like it was not the fairy tale that I had dreamed that I wanted. But luckily I got to experience an adult prom with a real man. About a year or two later, about 2 years later, when I got in a relationship with a real man, and I received an adult prom, or I went to an adult prom, and we won cutest couple. So it was like, yeah, that made up for that bullshit. But yeah, like I said, the lens people went to, and like how multiple people was like focused on trying to make me have a bad night. And it was like, bitch, the way I showed that like I ain't give no fuck, and I even danced with another bitch nigga, and like we had fun too. And it wasn't even like, oh, I'ma dance with your nigga, but it was like, he my homie. Oh no, it wasn't her nigga, it was her date that she ended up stealing from her friend. See the type of bitches. her friend's man that she ended up like taking from her and like going to prom with her so-called friend's nigga or ex-nigga or whatever. This was like one of the little miniature bitches that like worked hard to try to like terrorize me throughout high school and try to like bully. And there was one person like, if it would have been fair, like I would have beat her ass for sure. The only reason why I didn't, and I'm pretty sure she noticed, and if you see this, you know this as well. The only reason why I didn't touch her ass was because it just wouldn't be fair because of how fucking small she is. She's literally like half my size, and it just wouldn't be fair. And it's like not even, I don't know the word, like acronomically correct. Like I don't know, like how the fuck can I swing down type shit. Like it's just like in my mind, it just wouldn't be fair to beat your ass. But it was like this was somebody who like literally like begged. Like if somebody ever begged for you to beat their ass, like if poking the bear and just somebody who like lived to try to make somebody else like miserable, if there was a person, it would be this bitch. Like just a hateful ass little jealous ass known type of vibe. But yeah, like it was her date, and the song from 50 Shades of Grey, what was it? I think you deserve it. From what's that nigga name? The Weeknd. Cause 50 Shades of Grey had just came out. Either the first one or the second one had just came out when as we was graduating. And so the movie was very popular. Yeah, it was the first one because it's in our fucking yearbook. It was like movies that premiered the year that we graduated. And so the song from the movie had came on, and me and him was dancing. We was getting it, and I'm talking about the way people was crowded around us just staring at us. And it was like in that moment, it was like in my mind I won because so many of y'all tried to work together to try to literally ruin my fucking night. And I ain't do shit to none of y'all. This shit's so unfucking provoked. I ain't do shit to none of y'all, and so many of y'all tried to team together to ruin my night and focus on little old fucking me. And now I'm standing here having fun, enjoying myself still, dancing with your fucking date in front of your goofy ass. And the homeboy that I was dancing with was also friends and like team members with my ex as well, the boyfriend, the stupid ass nigga that I was dealing with. That was also cool too. And so when I tell you that nigga was just standing there, he was so fucking mad. Oh my God, he was so mad. And I was living for it. Like when I had turned around, cause the nigga, my ex was behind me when I was dancing. And I turned around and I seen him standing there looking at us like, what the fuck she thinks she doing, dancing with this nigga in front of me. Like that's how he was looking. Like he was looking at me like I had lost my motherfucking mind. On some abusive shit. Some abusive shit, because the relationship was abusive. It was abusive on both ends, but the abuse, yeah. Anyways, that's a topic for a different day as well. But yeah, like I seen when I turned around, I seen a nigga standing there looking at us. It just gave me ammo to just keep going, because I'm like, damn, like you was the HBIC of wanting to see me miserable tonight. you and the bitch, you and your little date, y'all, you and her was the HBIC of wanting to see me miserable. And like now you standing here gawking at the fact that I'm literally just dancing and enjoying myself. And so I remember twerking a little bit, throwing that thing back on them too. So I'm like, shit, since everybody watching, since everybody, you know what I'm saying, entertained, since y'all came to see a motherfucking show, I got ass to show. Yeah, the nigga, his stupid ass date, the little miniature bitch who came to prom with her friend's man or her friend's ex-man. I can't remember if they were still together or not at the time. And some more raggedy assholes in the mix. Yeah, like just fucking standing there like a bunch of fucking goofies. And so yeah, that was just one moment of like damn, that's crazy. Like y'all really just did this shit just because y'all was jealous. Like, just because, like, me being who I am, like, frustrates you. It triggers your demons. And my presence make you feel like you need to do better with yourself. Or something about you is wrong. Like you feeling that way because I'm here. Ain't got shit to do with me. Oh yeah, I think earlier I was talking about how I used to empathize with bitches like that, but I don't do that no more because that shit can. You not about to put me in a dangerous situation, like empathizing with you and shit because you fucking jealous. I'm no longer like. I guess because I understood from some point, because at one time I used to be deeply insecure and I know how it feels to be jealous. I've never experienced the type of jealousy that I've experienced from girls or women at all. I've never given that type of jealousy out, but I will say in my past relationships, like there has been a form of jealousy of just not feeling secure within my place when it came to relationships. Well, I mean, the first relationship, me feeling like that, or my partner really influencing that emotion, I took that trauma and that pain into a whole different relationship. And so I can honestly say that's where me being jealous and me just not being able to trust due to my past pain, you know what I'm saying? That's where I would say the feeling of like jealousy resonated for me. But when it comes to how these bitches be coming for me and how bitches be like secretly competing with me and how like women will attempt to get close to me just to try to see who I am and what I am so they can try to be me. Bitches who think they can literally do me better than me. Bitches who somehow have told themselves, convinced themselves that I'm out for their position, and so they try to knock me down. It's just it just gets so far and it gets so deep, and I could go on and on as far as like the things I've experienced. And shit, that's just from women. Like, I ain't even really get on men. Like, I know I mentioned that nigga being jealous and shit, but it's like I've experienced jealousy from men too. Not just in relationship either, but like men who claim to be my friend, men who care about me, and it's like secretly that nigga hating me, or that nigga wish you was me too. Like, on some shit, like, this shit is so crazy. So I'm gonna have to make a motherfucking part 2 because it's dark as hell now. I mean, y'all can still hear me, but it dark as hell. Shit, this shit crazy. But man. Yeah, like I could go all day. I guess I can speak on like the jealousy and like how I've been I guess dealing with that as of lately, because that was in high school when I was 17, so that was literally like 10 years ago. But as far as like how I'm operating now with women who are jealous or just constantly just interacting with people who demons I spark, yeah, I'm just able to see more clearly now, and so I'm able to see those spirits a lot more better, even if I just have to be in spaces with certain jealous people or people who have that spirit on them. Just learning how to be like, I wouldn't even say cordial, because it's a lot of motherfuckers I won't even acknowledge in public spaces because I don't really give a fuck about you, and I don't want you to ever think that I do. And there are some people that I do have a level of decorum with and for, but it's like I can still see their soul and I can still see their spirit, and I know how they coming for real. But I've experienced a couple recent situations within the last 2 years as far as like women specifically really showing their hand when it comes to how they truly felt about me, and how envious and jealous and how hateful they truly are, and also just showing who they truly are at their core. And it's nothing like the persona that they portray. Somebody like me can really bring out the deepest, darkest demons out of somebody who, you know what I'm saying, is seen to be very spiritually highly ranked, somebody who is accepted and loved by many. Apparently, I have the power to even trigger the demons and insecurities in somebody as such. And so, like I said, it really just shows the true insight to people in their souls and their intentions. Um, when the real motherfucking high priestess come in. But there's one situation where this particular person, I know that in their mind, they felt like their position was being threatened. They feel like I was trying to come in and take a spot in a throne that was never theirs to begin with. And that was never my intentions. This person allowed their insecurities to override what was shown to them, which was genuine and pure support, friendship, love, and kindness. They allowed their insecurities and the fact that, oh, it can't be me that's projecting the insecurity, it has to be something wrong with them. They allowed that shit to dilute their minds so fucking much that they literally just lied and projected bullshit onto me with the intentions of trying to isolate me from people. This person was able to recognize that, oh, she's getting a lot of attention. People are starting to like her more. She's starting to come out more, and people are wanting to follow her. People are wanting to be influenced and inspired by her. And they didn't like that. They felt threatened by that. And spirit literally allowed me to hear a message from this person. I'm not sure if it was a thought from this person or if I was able to actually able to hear the words. Like, I don't know if this person actually said it or if they just thought it. Either way, I know that spirit allowed me to hear it, and it was from them. Basically, what this person said, that both of us couldn't be the queen. Like, it couldn't be both of us at the top, basically. And I said, damn, she felt like that. Like, because I heard it clear as day, and it was nothing. It was no way I could mistake for one, who it was, for two, what it was about. And so I said, dang, like, I was really shocked. I really couldn't believe it, because this was somebody that mistakenly I had placed on the pedestal. I had acknowledged just a exterior in front of me, which is this person had shown to be somebody of spiritually high ranking, and they have shown me to be, well, I ain't gonna say shown me, because now that I'm in this space and I was able to go back and reflect, I was able to see, like, oh, baby, you missed the red flags. Like, actually, this person showed you who the fuck she was a couple times, but you just stepped over that shit until she really shows you who the fuck she was, and you ain't had no choice but to acknowledge that shit and check that shit. Or at least, acknowledge that shit and check it. And so yeah, like, yeah, this person so-called position felt threatened. They felt threatened. Therefore, they felt the need, like I said, to try to isolate me and to try to turn people against me, to try to implant things in people's mind about me, so therefore that they could, like, stop talking to me, not want to be around me, not want to be influenced by me, not want to hear what I have to say. And within it, that also showed me other people who wasn't for me, the people who actually believed it, and, you know what I'm saying, took what this lying ass bitch said for face value and just went along with it, which I'm glad in that sense that it revealed the other people who, okay, this is no question that you're obviously not for me. And like I said, I'm kind of glad that person and that situation revealed itself, because it was no further question with that person, the main person at hand, whether that person was for me. Because I was getting, like I said, there were red flags, and I was getting inclinations, and there was little nudges from spirit, but like I said, mistakenly putting people thinking highly of people, and thinking like giving people the benefit of the doubt and thinking like, oh no, it can never be them. Like they can never be on no jealous, envious. They can never be a hater. Like they're so love and light and they're so pure. And it's like, nah. Like now I really know what the fuck is up, and I know that like even the whole love and light motherfuckers, they, if anything, people who portray only to be love and light and to only be one way and to only be of high vibration all the fucking time, those are the fucking fakes and phonies. Those are the most insecure people. Those are the fucking lying as motherfucking manipulative ass people. That's what I've learned. And that's what I witnessed hands on. Like people who have a more balanced energy, who are more yeah, we ain't gotta get into that, but yeah, like this person yeah, basically just said things that were not true. Like, just to be honest, this person said things that were not true with the intentions of, like I said, turning people against me and trying to isolate me so that they would not view me as someone that they wanted to have around as a friend. They wanted to be inspired by, be influenced by, because I'm a natural influencer. Like the things that motherfuckers try to do, I can do naturally. I influence people and inspire people naturally by just being me and by showing up and being truly who I am. I'm a leader by nature. I have not self-appointed myself as a leader. The Most High ordained me as a leader. And so it's shit like that like make people feel threatened. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like this person feel like hey, like I feel like she getting too close to my throne, and so let me try to dim her light. And this shit ain't fucking work. But it's like I said, it just revealed, okay, another bitch that's not needed around me. Like, thank you. Appreciate you for shining the motherfucking light. Some more bitches that's not worthy of being around me. Thank you. Appreciate it. Some more hating assholes. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate you for showing yourself and shining the light on other people. Thank you. And then I would say the last, I would say one of the last, well, I ain't gonna say last. One of the most other recent things was like this person lying about me. At first this person claimed that I sexually abused them. No, first they claimed I sexually assaulted them, and then it turned to just sexual harassment. And so this person told this lie due to the fact that they did not want me to be a part of a discussion panel about mental health for this Keith festival that passed for like 420. So yeah, this person was triggered at the fact that somebody else nominated me and thought I would be a good fit for the mental health discussion panel at this festival. And from what I was told, as soon as my name was said, this person was immediately like triggered within the body and was like, she can't come, I don't want her. And then that's when the lie was told that I had did something to this person and that I knew what I did, and that if I showed up, that they would have their cousins on me and all that type of bullshit. And that actually gave me a lot of ammo to go. But obviously, Spirit did not want me there because I was not able to go anyway. I had my own motherfucking event. But let me just show you how the Most High work in exposing people and their demons and who they truly are and like the shit that they truly got going on. Because for one, this particular event, I was never interested in being a part of this Key Festival, this Knowledge, this Flower Festival. I was never interested in being a part of it. I was not the one that went to go seek out to be a part of. Somebody else asked me did I want to be a part, because they thought that I would be a good candidate. And this person asked me, like, I think that you could add value to this panel. Like, do you want to be a part of it? Like, is it okay for me to like suggest your name? Like, I want to just get consent from you first to even suggest your name. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool, that's fine. That, like, yeah, whatever. um and then like that's when all the other shit unfold, and that's when the person who nominated me to be a part, that's when they came back and told me about the lie and shit that was told. And huh yeah, so I was like, okay, yeah, that was all very interesting. But like I said, I was never trying to be a part of it, and so it was just interesting how that situation ended up finding me. That's what I was getting to. It was interesting how the situation ended up finding me. This was never something that I was trying to be a part of. However, the situation found me, and all this stuff, like, was basically bitches really show their true colors as far as how low vibrational and like how low they would go when it comes to just being like mad, being jealous. And ironically enough, the person who told this lie was also working with the first person that we just talked about, or the last person that we just talked about, as far as like that person lying and trying to like attempting to like isolate me and shit, trying to not wanting people to like me and shit. This person and that person was working together on the same team for this fucking event. And so I was just like, Spirit is so fucking funny. Like, Spirit is so funny, because I'm reading in between the lines, and I'm seeing what the fuck is being put down. I'm seeing the dots that Spirit is connecting for me. But basically, not even basically, this person was upset that I didn't even really like reject them, but in a sense I did reject them because I didn't allow them too close into my space. Like, this person, now that I look back at it, I realized that what I thought was this person being generous with me and wanting to build a friendship with me, because at that time I was genuinely looking for a friendship and sisterhood. But this person was not on the same wavelength as me. And this person wanted something more intimate, something more romantic. And this person obviously felt a way that I was not trying to go that route, because like I said, I was genuinely looking for a friend and looking for sisterhood, while this person wanted to try to bump coochies with me. And so, yeah, I guess that once they realized, they're like, oh, she's not really taking what I know now to be advances. I thought that, oh, this is just like somebody that's, this is my friend, just being kind and like, getting this concert ticket for both of us, or paying for dinner. Like, I'm thinking like this is somebody just being generous to me. What I know now is like, oh, these were advances, and like she felt like her advances were rejected, so therefore she got upset, because she ended up distancing herself after a couple. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, did she think those were dates and shit? Like, us going out to have fun and shit? Like, did she look at those as dates? Like, we went to the fucking gay pride festival. I'm like, did she like consider that shit as dates? Like, because I know I didn't do or give her any type of impression that I was interested in her in that capacity. And so, but I knew that she liked me. She did let that be known. However, I was not letting it be known that I was interested in her in the same capacity. So when she started to distance herself, I was okay with it, because I mean, like, I didn't like really like chase after her, no shit. Like, I realized that she started acting weird and started being distant, so I just allowed it. Like, I wasn't like, hey girl, like, you good, what's wrong? Like, I just allowed the shit to be, because I'm like, I know when distance happens, it's for a reason. And so I just allowed it to be. And then years had went by. Years went by, and one day I end up posting some of my old work, work from like a couple years ago, and this person was in the picture, and I wasn't posting the work because of this person. Like, I wasn't posting it because of her. I'm posting it because it's my fucking work, and I can post my work when the fuck I want to. And I wanted to post my shit that day, so I did. And obviously this person was stalking me from a fake page because their page was blocked from my page. So obviously this person was stalking me from a fake page. This person ended up texting me. I don't know if it was from a new number or what, because I didn't have this person's number in my phone no more. I mean, at this point, it was literally like 2 years. Let me see. Yeah, it was 2 years after we had stopped talking, after we just kind of drifted apart. It was 2 years after that, so I didn't have this person's number in my phone no more. And so I just get this random motherfucking text message. A bitch don't introduce themselves or shit. So I didn't even know who the fuck it was with all this hostile ass energy. This person comes to me talking about take their picture down, and I guess that I'm getting the attention that I so desire, and she hoped that he chose me, and a whole bunch of other shit that was just like literally like delusional nonsense. I literally, like I said, it took me a while to even figure out who the fuck was texting me. Because I had to go back to my fucking, the only way I figured it out, I had to go back to my Instagram, look at the posts that I had made over the past few days, look at the pictures, and I still was like, it still took a minute. That's how you know, like, how irrelevant this person was in my life, because it was like, once you start being weird, you start distancing yourself, it was over with. Like, I wasn't about to chase for no friendship, and obviously it wasn't a fucking friendship because you wanted to fucking bump coochies and shit, and I wasn't on that shit. You obviously wasn't trying to be a friend, and that was fine, and that's why I just allowed it to be what it is and just moved on with my life. But obviously this person did not know how to fucking move on from their fucking life. And so me posting my work with them in the picture, that just gave them ammo to try to get a rise out of me. And it's so crazy because the person typed all that fucking shit, and then after they sent it, they blocked me so I wouldn't respond back to them. And it was like I didn't even know it was beef. And so once I put two and two together and realized who the fuck was texting me, I was highly confused on the fucking energy. And I can't talk to your ass right now. It was highly confusing. Damn, I had dropped one of my crystals, so I'm gonna try to look for it as I talk. It was highly confusing on what the fuck she was talking about and why she was talking about it. I was so confused on where the beef, where the energy, all that shit was coming from. I truly did not understand, because although I know we had distanced ourselves, in my mind, we just stopped talking. Like, nothing fucking happened. But me not knowing that, like, she actually felt the way because I didn't give in to her, and to her, I guess, I don't fucking know, like, I can't even say courting me. I don't feel like I was being courted. Maybe she thought she was courting me, but because I just didn't give in to her, yeah, like, she took that shit to heart. And so 2 years later, she pop up out the blue with that shit, and then she was like, I hope he chose you. And I'm talking about, I was so many niggas down the line from where she had left me at. I had no clue what nigga she was talking about. That shit was like, at this point, now it's been like 3.5 years ago. So it was like, I didn't even know what fucking nigga she was talking about. Then I had to think about it, like, oh, during that time I was, you know what I'm saying, in a toxic ass situation with a nigga. And she was talking about, I hope he chose you. Like, this nigga who tried to trap me and get me pregnant on purpose. Like, the same nigga who she, like, I'm telling her that, like, this is a very toxic, a very, very toxic situation. And they're like, I don't really feel like I should be in this. And it's the same bitch who was like, oh, I think he'll change. Like, he sound like he want to be a daddy and all that shit. Like, I'm telling her how abusive, like emotionally abusive, how toxic this shit is. And she was convincing me to stay. The same fucking person. She was convincing me to stay in the situation with this person. So, damn, I'm trying to multitask and look for my fucking crystal that I dropped. But I ain't trying to lose another crystal. Okay, there you go. Yay, I found it. Ooh. She tried to convince me. She tried to talk me into staying with him and going through with everything. After I'm telling her like how toxic it is and how I really don't even know like if he taking care of the other kids how he say he is and all that shit. And she's just like, yeah, girl, stay. He sound like he want to be with you. He sound like he gonna change, girl. And I just was like, I don't really feel like this some shit a friend would tell a friend. Like, I'm not really feeling it. But it's like, now that I see what's up, now that I see how old girl really feels, it's like, it makes sense. Like, of course she wanted to see me down bad. Now, look, we just take it back just a little bit. Before she told this lie, this year in 2024, before this lie came about, I had seen her at my, I ain't gonna say at my job, but while working, I had seen her. The universe so funny, you know, the way it worked. And the way the universe set people up to be triggered by my essence and my energy and my growth and my elevation. Spirit had us, I mean, even though we was working for two separate entities, Spirit had us working at the same place one day. And so I had already been there, and this person pulled up, and I'm like, oh, that's funny as hell. Now this is after a year after this person has sent the fucking message talking about the nigga and all that shit. I hope he choose you, and I hope you're getting the attention that you are seeking and all that stuff. All that delusional, crazy ass nonsense. This was a year after that. So this person see me, of course I don't fucking acknowledge her because like, bitch, you don't even exist to me, and that's why you mad. But yeah, like we see each other, I don't say shit, and she obviously says nothing at all. And then literally the whole lie came about like 3 weeks after we seen each other working, literally 3 weeks after. And the message that I had received from Spirit was that was her test and she failed. She was triggered by my presence, by seeing me. Obviously she didn't know she was gonna see me. I didn't know I was gonna see her ass either. But I was not moved or swayed or bothered. But she was. That was her test and she failed. That's what Spirit told me. That was her test and she failed. And she failed in the sense of like, have you really grown? Like, what would you do in this situation? And she showed what she would do in this situation, which was you lied 3 weeks later about something. So like, I can't even verbalize just how like just low that shit is. Especially since this person knew that I'm a sexual assault survivor. And then this person, when I met them, like they also was telling me how they was in a case for sexual assault, claiming that their previous manager had sexually assaulted them. And so now I'm just like, I don't even believe that shit happened. Like, I don't even believe the whole fucking case and the whole alleged sexual assault. I don't believe none of that shit now, because obviously you're a fucking liar. Obviously you can lie about anything and you can try to really convince yourself, and you don't even give a fuck about the potential outcomes and the consequences that you will face. And so I don't even fucking believe the first shit that I originally believed and expressed empathy to this person, but now it's just kind of seeming like the bitch was trying to one up me as far as fucking trauma. That's what the shit seemed like now. It seemed like the bitch was trying to one up me and trauma. Like, oh, you went through that. Oh, I went through this too. And blah, blah, I went through, and trying to like gain empathy and shit from me because she did. It worked. Obviously, because I resonated with this shit. And so now I'm like, oh, that bitch was fucking lying. That's how I look at this shit now. Because you lying about me, bitch. So obviously you got obviously you got it in you to lie about any motherfucking thing. Type shit. And so, yeah, like I said, and those two people worked together on that event that this one person, you know what I'm saying, she just did not want me to be a part of. So she was willing to go as low as to say, like I said, the first time it was brought back to me, the term was sexually assault. And then the second time, when I asked for a funky pussy asshole to clarify, it was sexual harassment. Either one is a fucking lie. And the gullible ass motherfuckers that she end up getting on her side or whatever, it's just like I said, gullible. Like like a motherfucker show proof that we had previous communication in the past, and apparently that's enough to say, hey, I believe you. Not proof that I did any fucking thing to her, or that I even came onto her in any shape, form, or fashion, that I was even interested in her ever confronting me about it or none of that shit. Nah, not proof of that. Proof that we knew each other. Proof that we've previously communicated. That was all a motherfucker had to have for them to be like, okay, well, you say you don't want her to be a part of the event, so we're not gonna have her be a part of the event. Ain't do no background check. I ain't been convicted of shit. Ain't no motherfucking file report on me or motherfucking thing. And this person obviously they ain't do no background checks on none of the other motherfuckers, on other panelists or no shit. I'm pretty sure. And so it's just like, yeah, like I said, fucking gullible, dumb. It is. Like, let's just be real about it. And it's like, I can feel strongly about that because motherfuckers really try to tarnish my name, try to tarnish my reputation, and attempted to smear my name just off the sense of, for one, they was mad that they was rejected, and two, they are jealous. They're jealous. It just comes down to that. And I don't know why motherfuckers try to make it seem like people won't do shit just like that just because they jealous. And people are like, oh, well, you know, they seem like a good person, and they seem like they wouldn't lie about something like that. Bitch, gullible. You're fucking stupid. Because it is like two people who have said that to me about the same two people that I'm referring to. It is. Because guess what? They fucking lied to you. They played you in your fucking face. They lied. They lied. They lied. Period. They played you. And now everybody's going to have to experience the karma for the consequences to their actions. The gullible ass motherfuckers who tried to take their word against mine. And the motherfuckers who committed the act. Like, don't think you can't dish out energy and think you're not gonna pay for that shit. Especially when it comes to somebody who ain't did shit wrong. And especially when it comes to somebody like me with my spiritual ranking. With somebody who's favored, bitch, no. You're not getting away with that shit. You gotta pay. You gotta pay the piper. You gotta pay the price for the shit, for the energy that you put out. And that's everybody. If I had to pay for the shit that I did, bitch, you gotta pay for fucking lying, and y'all gotta pay for fucking believing miserable assholes. Yeah. And that's some real motherfucking shit. Cause I really just been sitting on shit. You know what I'm saying? I just been analyzing shit, psychoanalyzing people, reflecting back on situations, taking the lessons from that shit, and really just looking at shit for exactly what the fuck it is. And I'm just like, man, if anything, I'm grateful for the motherfuckers who showed themselves, because y'all can't go where the fuck I'm going. And that's yeah, we're not even gonna get into that. But yeah, like, that shit crazy, like the levels that people will go to, women and men, as far as like wanting to try to take you down, wanting to try to dim your light, all because they feel threatened, all because they don't want to address their insecurities, all because they feel like you the problem because you triggered some shit in them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think I'm done for right now. Yeah, if you made it this far, I appreciate you for whatever. If you resonate, then much love to you, much strength to you, because it take a real bad bitch to continuously come in contact with people who are just easily triggered and envious of your spirit and your light. And then if you're a triple threat, a quadruple threat, if you just have many aspects about you that shine outside of your beauty, if you're highly intelligent, if you are very creative and talented or skillful, if you dress nice, like if you have a good sense of fashion, like it's just so many things that can just make people like just feel a fucking way and try to project. And then the lows that people would go to try to justify that shit instead of realizing that it's them. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here.